Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Motorsport Manager. Now, I'm talking a little bit lower than normally when my wife's upstairs asleep, or laying in, one of the two, I don't know which. In the last episode, we had a shocker, and it was my own fault. I know it was my own fault. I don't need you guys telling me it was my own fault. We came fucking dead last, basically, by a long way. But in today's episode, we are in Ardennes. It looks like we've got rain again in the race itself. Before that, though, we've got a vote. Now, I was given the opportunity to pay money out for a vote, and I have abstained previously, and I probably shouldn't have done, but this year I have decided to take a vote, and I've decided to vote for spec gearboxes. The reason I've decided for spec gearboxes is because it's the second most expensive item to produce. And we've not put any money into gearboxes. We have put money into engines, and we've still got a semi-decent engine. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to click vote for. We're going to use quite a lot of our voting power. How much do we have? We have 9. I'm going to go ahead. We've got 3 against, 4 undecided. I'm going to go ahead and use 5. Because if those 4 decide to go that way, we've still got 1 more vote on our side. So let's go ahead and do that. So yeah, I mean, most people ended up going for us anyway. So next season we don't have to worry about paying out. Where's it? Let's have a look. How much is a gearbox? 1.5 million for a basic gearbox. But then obviously as things progress, it becomes more expensive. Our gearbox at the moment is 141. So I mean it's an improvement for us. There's probably going to be a downgrade for other people. That's, it's smarts. If we have a look at our spoilers, we have had a new spoiler built. So if we go ahead and equip those just for now, and go look at this, we're still sitting 6th, but obviously they need improvement. So if we go back to that, as you can see, 386, 346, they've got a bit of work to be done. If we'll go ahead and re-equip the second best spoilers. Now, we should have our spoilers up. Yeah, our spoilers now are at peak performance. So 276, 236, not brilliant, but not bad either. We've had worse spoilers. Worse spoilers at the start of the season. But, I mean, it's not a massive increase over this, but it's still an increase nonetheless. I think we probably want to look at getting the performance of these brakes up next. I want to get reliability sorted out first though. So if we go ahead and do that, these should be at 100% and these should still be done before the race. And then we can start concentrating on getting the performance improved on these, and then obviously on our highly illegal or mediumly illegal spoilers for the next race. But we've got any other votes happening this year? Oh, there was another vote. So the 9 dry tyre choices were approved, so we've got that next season, potentially if we're still here. Qualifying based grids. I kind of want to abstain against it, vote against it. I don't think it's going to help us. And obviously spec suspension systems. We want to vote for that too. So going into 2 new spec parts next season, if we go back to the car, so spec gearbox, spec suspension, that means we've only got to worry about the engine, the brakes and the spoiler. As we are slowly going down the pecking order here with the engine, we may end up, well, trying to get that changed next season. So all we're working on is spoilers, as they are by far the cheapest part. 800,000, 2 million, Anyway, let's go ahead with the first race, and everyone's happy, everyone's set up. Also, while I've got you here, after this episode there will be a very, very brief introduction to a new series. So this episode will go out at 6 o'clock. It'll probably run a little bit over. And then at 6:30 there'll be an introduction for the new Forza 7 series. that will be coming out later today at, well, 7 o'clock. So after you've watched this, there'll probably be a link for the most recent upload on the end screen. If you go ahead and click on that, it will give you the introduction, and then at 7 o'clock, the new episode, the first episode of the series, will be out. The introduction episode is very much an apology, and I'll let you guys see that for yourself. When I say an apology, it's fucking Microsoft, man. They piss me off. But yeah, what we're doing, we need to just load setups. Where are we? We're in Ardennes, aren't we? So yeah, so it is Forza 7. It is on the PC. So yeah, go and check that out if you want to watch that. I know obviously in previous episodes I said I'd get Gran Turismo, but after having read certain things about Gran Turismo, I opted against it. I don't like the idea of it being entirely multiplayer, which is what I've heard and read. That it's entirely multiplayer. There's only a roster of 120 cars, I think, as well, which is shit. So yeah, I just didn't want to. I didn't want to spend, well, it'll be probably about 55 quid on that, and then stream it to you guys. Well, I say stream it. I'd have to stream it to my PC and then record it, so that'll be quite low quality. For you guys, I'd rather have a game that I can play natively on my computer, like Forza 7, which is why I ended up getting Forza 7. I have cancelled my Destiny 2 pre-order in order to facilitate Forza 7, and the reason, despite the fact I really, really, really want to play Destiny 2, the reason I have cancelled my Destiny 2 order is purely because, well, I say purely, most of my friends play on PlayStation 4. I will want to play on PC. Well, I mean, I do have a PlayStation 4, but I will want to play the game on PC. And plus, with the baby turning up soon, I can't see myself being able to make myself available for like raids, heroics, fire teams, so on and so forth. I just can't see it happening. So I've opted to give it a miss for now. I may pick it up in the future because I do desperately want to play it. But for the meantime, with this game, which I'm sure PlaySport have got something they want to do something soon. I'm sure they do. I don't know. I'm sure. I mean, everyone has been clamoring for new tracks, so I'm sure they're going to do something. 94% start. Let's go ahead and tweak that way. Plus, also one of the staples for the channel. I've not done anything recently regarding it. Is Football Manager. It's one of the first things I did was Football Manager, and a new one of those is coming out soon. In fact, the beta will be coming out soon, so I want to be getting onto that and starting a new save there. So with this Forza 7 and Football Manager, I mean, there's going to be a lot of content for you guys. I just feel like maybe Destiny would sort of detract a little bit too much. That makes sense. We've got 95%, that'll do there. Let's get these guys back out. See if we can take this a little bit further. We'll send them out for 2 laps, get them up to race level 2 and soft tyres 2, bring them in, have another look, and then we'll just let them run. Gear ratios are just right. Let's get you in then, let's get you in. Alright, so we've got great, excellent, great, but is it an improvement? Probably not. It's not gone up or down. It's a bit like the fucking grand old Duke of York. So yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so yeah, there's going to be a lot of content coming out for your enjoyment. Hopefully your enjoyment anyway. Okay, that handling went the wrong way. That's easy enough to resolve. So yeah, that's why I cancelled my D2 order. But there'll be other things. As I say, we've got Forza 7 happening. In fact, I've already recorded it, so yeah, that's happened. So hopefully you guys do enjoy that. Right, how are we looking? That may get us a little bit... Oh, that cornering, no. It's not brilliant, that cornering, is it? There we go. Ah, but that's just fucked the speed balance. Right, we'll give that a crack. Let's get them both out. I want to get level 3 on the knowledge if I can. We're going to need every little hit we've got. So, Chris, the one of the mod authors, messaged me the other day actually. He's been watching the series, and he said although I've made mistakes, he may have made the GT a little bit too hard. Although I'm really struggling financially in this game. But yeah, so I don't know if... I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I think I could have probably played the game a bit better and been a bit more financially savvy. A bit like in real life, I could have been a bit more financially savvy. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen there. Right, so we've got a little bit of rain here in qualifying. That may be able to play to our advantage. I've only weight stripped, obviously. Car set up. Let's have a look. 97%. I'll take 97. When's this rain going to disappear? We'll go with that. So we lost a little bit on the speed balance. Not much, but enough to wind me up. And that handling could probably do with a bit more sort of play, should we say. So I want to try. We'll do one lap. That's more or less where it was, wasn't it? Right. So I think the handling needs to go further away. It's just getting it without fucking everything else, isn't it? So there, the speed balance needs to come down. And cornering. Alright, I'm wondering if I'll get us. We'll do one lap on it in this real quick. And then we've got 96% here. That went a little bit too far away, didn't it? Okay. So if we do that, we'll hope for the best there. Again, we'll do one little lap and see how it works out for us. Knowledge-wise, super soft, sweet spots. And super soft, light foot. No, we'll just take super soft. I'll say no, I've got to take it anyway, haven't I? May use super soft light foot in the actual race itself. I haven't decided yet. Let's get these guys sent out on a quickie. On a quiche, a quickie. Get them set up on auto. There we go. Bring you in. Just want to see how this looks. I don't think we're going to send them out on wets or inners for the actual qualifying lap, because as you can see it's starting to dip down. Hopefully we can make the most of that. 98%, so that's good, and 98%, again, very good. Let's go ahead and save that. So this is 98% S4 then, and we'll go back obviously and save Bauman's as well. 98% S4 R then confirm. Lovely. So we're going to let this time run up. I'm going to see how quickly these guys are getting laps out. So we probably need to send these fuckers out now, don't we? I'm tempted to send out Bauman now. They've done 4 minutes. They've only just... Right. So Bauman, if you can go out on those. Right. And Shedden, if you can go out on those. We've got them on auto. It's going to let run. But they're going to be out. That's going to be slow. And we should get a decent proper lap. We've got other people in laps. Hopefully they don't get around in time. So we've got first and... We should get first and second. We do. So lovely. That was well timed. Obviously we're not going to do very well in first and second, but it was a good qualifying for a spin at the top there. Hopefully was to put us in good stead for the race itself. We just need to hold on to this job now. Now we're getting 2 spec parts for next season. If we can hold on to this job, we'll be bang on. Susie Perry has turned up. She wasn't here for the practice, but she has turned up. So that's good. Right. So we've got a bit of race here in Ardennes to start with. Not a lot, though. Not enough to really necessitate taking, what do you call it? Inters. I'm going to take a little bit more reliability, strip a little bit more weight. Not much, just enough. We'll take super soft and race trim. Before we decide what we're doing with shedding, let's have a look. So it's a 42 lap race, 25 to 77, 41 to 43, fueled options. Okay, so if we take 26 laps of fuel, yeah, if we take, no, 25. So I know you have to do 21 laps, aren't we, on the super soft? I don't know how much rain is going to be later in the day, but I think that would be ideal. So we'll go ahead and confirm that. You get 23 to 25, you should be fine. We'll give you 25 laps worth of fuel as well. And then your knowledge will be super soft and race trim. We don't need the light fit. Driving styles will go overtake. I don't know. I should have looked to see what kind of tyre wear this track has, but we'll do that anyway. Right, let's start the race. So obviously our 2 drivers first and second were Stippler, Morton and Haase in 3rd, 4th and 5th. So a reason I... Ooh, hello. Allow your teammate through. There we go. So I don't want him racing Baumann. I want Baumann to get a decent stretch ahead. I would like Shedden to do well as well, but ideally we need Baumann to really push. Good to see we're not the only people who took softs. Obviously Morton's already taken Shedden. Shedden's going to fall back a long way. We know this. We done alright here last year, if I remember rightly. I think we done pretty fucking well here last year. I'll have to look back, but I'm pretty sure we got a 1st and a 3rd last year. Tyre temperatures are rising. Baumann's not going to manage to hold on to this lead for too long. Don't worry about fucking inters, moron. That was horrendous, mate. How are you letting people through like that? You got fucking taken on the inside and the outside at the same time. We're going to go neutral on the tyre, or conserve on the tyres. Jesus. Because, well, tyre temperatures are getting a little bit higher than I would like. As things stand, we go up to 6th. If we continue in 3rd and 6th, we go up to 6th place, which is our target. Obviously, if things carry on this way and we're 4th, we go up into 8th, but it does leave us not that far behind Yakko. It is all about trying to do what we can in this race, because it's the race where we need to actually, well, take advantage of the fact that we do okay here. Shedden in 7th, Baumann in 3rd. Let's go over to Shedden for a bit. He doesn't get much love from us. Although he is better than Schumacher, he doesn't get much love. His tyre temperatures are getting a bit high. His tyre temperatures getting a bit high. Let's go back up here. Dominic Baumann's locked up, is he? Okay. Well, Baumann is kind of going to be in a position where he's going to lose out again if he's not careful. Morton's gone up into 6th, which is good news for us. We just need Baumann to hold on to 3rd. Just need that tyre temperature to come down so he can push again. Water on the track is disappearing. That's fine. Let's go neutral. And if we go back to Norton, as I say, let's go conserve. Go to Norton. We're going to... Norton? Shedden. We're going to get him to go neutral real quick, because he's about to lose out to Haase. In fact, he has lost out to Haase. If we can go attack, mate, I need you to get back around if possible. Take the tyre hit for now. It'll be fine. Just need you to keep up with everyone. So tyre temperature's starting to get a little bit into the red. So let's pull back just a moment. Obviously we need to do 21 laps on these tyres if we want to do a one-stopper, which we do. weather dependent. But we do need to see these tyres out. We do need to be a little bit more aggressive than I would, kind of like. Let's go over to Baumann in third. First and second, Renault and Stippler are just fucking gone. There's nothing we can do about that. Renault is 10 seconds ahead of Baumann already. And so Stippler. There's going to be a bit back and forth between those two. There's not much time difference between them. Let's get Shedden back onto neutral. He's dipped down to 9th now. Which gives us... They'll put us 6 points behind Jacko and 9 points behind Team Schnitzer if it carries on this way. I'd be fine with that. That's a good turnaround for us. Baumann in third still. If he can just increase that gap, let's go high. Don't need him to be going too mental, do we? You're about to lose out, so let's try to make sure that doesn't happen. If we get Baumann on high, he's got 14.5 laps worth of fuel. We just need him to increase that distance over him and Haase. If we can get a podium for him, I'll be very, very happy. Shedden, I need to be in the points. How far ahead of Morton in 11th are we with him? 1.5 seconds. That is the thing. We need to make sure he gets in the top 10. We need to take every point we get. I don't think we're going to get huge amounts of points in this race, but we need to do what we can to, get him there. Let's go conserve with Baumann. He has got a 2.5 second gap between him and Haase, which has decreased, but again, we need to conserve these tyres a little bit more. Got to do 11 more laps, and we've got 58%. It's not too bad, but we could be a little bit more wary of our tyre usage, shall we say. 2.5 seconds, 2.2 seconds, 2.3. As long as it doesn't dip too far down, I'm quite happy to conserve for a bit longer. Shedden, we need to go back up, so that tyre temp's getting a bit higher. Let's go back to high on the fuel mode, because we need to make the most of the fuel we've got, but we need to hold on to some of it. We should get some sort of speed increases as we go around the track, obviously, as we get lighter, but again, that applies to everyone as well. Baumann, is currently, his gap has just got down to 1.7. Need to increase that a bit further, so we're going to take a bit of a higher run on the tyres, get Shedden back up to neutral, and then go back up just for a little bit. That time is back up to, just shy of 2 seconds. But now, 1.6 seconds. Go push. How far behind? We're still 10 seconds behind Stippler. Fuck. Right, back up now. And then tell me what you're going to do now. Rolling. I don't know. I really don't know. Back up. Tell me what you're going to do now. Keep rolling. What? Right, push. 1 second between you and Haase. Haase's not even giving it any welly. Let's go to overtake strategy. We'll go back up again now, and then we're going to try and go neutral for as long as possible. Right, let's go conserve actually. I need you to really start going for things. Likewise, can you start pushing now, Shedden? Baumann is defending third. He is defending third. He needs to try a little bit better at, getting away from 4th place, maybe. Haase, I can't remember which team he's with. I want to say Schnitzer or Land. Haase, 23 plus 12, Trishiaka plus 10. So yeah, he's with Land. We need to make sure that Martin doesn't get around us. Chances are he will. So if we can now, because we've started to lose out, we need to attack and try to do what we can. Oh, hello. Just not concentrating on tyre wear for Shedden there. Baumann is really losing out here. He's going to lose out to Martin in a minute as well, which is not what we want. We need him to stay ahead of Schnitzer. How are we doing rain? There's a little bit of rain there. It's going to peak up just a touch. Right, let's go back up now. I know you're struggling to overtake Patriciaka, but it is Patriciaka. So we need to get our tyre temperature down rather rapidly. Who's that? That's Martin in 5th. If Haase can get ahead of Martin and keep him sort of detained, that'd be good. Yakko in 6th now. Schnitzer have gone ahead of Yakko. So I mean, it's just making sure those guys don't get too far ahead of us. That's the main thing. That's sort of those 3 teams in the middle, the HTP, Yakko and Team Schnitzer. But Shedden in 10th is looking good. He's just lost out to 11th. He was down in 11th a minute ago, but you know, it's just one of those things. 33%. He's struggling to get past Haase. Okay. Let's conserve. Down into 6th now. What's that? Plus 9 points. Starting to fall away a little bit here. 2.17 laps remaining. Let's go medium. Let's get you onto medium. Sorry, onto push. You onto medium. Tyre temp wise, we go neutral. Tyre temps for you. We'll keep on conserve for now. We need to bring Baumann in relatively soon. I need him to do 2 more laps if possible. Well, we'll do 1 more lap. And then Shedden needs to do 2. So we're going to get Shedden to go low fuel. We're going to bring Baumann in on this lap here. We're going to give him those. 23 laps to go. That'll be 22, won't it? We're going to give him quite a bit of fuel. Because I want us to really push on the engine for the rest of the race. So he's going to come in. He's going to take quite a lot of fuel on. Low fuel. Let's go medium there. Let's go attack on these tyres for the last 29%. Is there enough fuel to get around? I want to take low just for a moment, just to make sure. We've got low fuel here. That's fine. We're going to push on those tyres. Yeah, should be enough to see us out. Yeah. And on low setting, it should be enough to see Shedden out. He is in 9th, despite the fact we're using low fuel, which is good news for us. Going to go out, conserve, and overtake for Baumann, who is out of the pit, which is good news for us as well. Shedden, we need to pit now before I forget to do it. We'll give him a similar amount of fuel again, 28. Parts are fine. We'll take a balanced. That's fine. So we're coming in earlier. Okay. Right. Alright. Baumann, if you're going to attack. And then I need you to attack as well. So let's just go really fucking heavy. Allow your teammate through. Right, so we're going to go really heavy for 4 laps on our tyres and our fuel, and then we'll switch to inters. So other people might come in early on inters. Obviously the people who are on softs will go out a little bit harder. Go on and get onto the softs earlier. These guys may start coming in, or they may just go out on rims for a bit. I don't know. I haven't really sort of figured out what they're going to do. We don't want to push this too much because we don't want to burn through them too quickly, but at the same time, you know, we want to make the most of the tyres, get as much speed in as we can. So we've got 18 laps to go. Obviously, we don't want these tyres for the entire length. So we're back up into 9th, and Shedden's up into 13th. A lot of guys have gone on the inters, which means we're going to catch up really, really quickly, because they've done that too early. They've done that far too early. A few guys on softs. That's fine. Shedden. Let's go over to Shedden, who's just gone up to 11th. He should start catching up with this pack up here. Obviously, Baumann is. He's got 10 seconds behind Renault. There's going to be all these guys are going to pit at the right time. We're going to go a little bit longer. We're going to wait until 28. Yeah. We've got more than enough with regards to the tyres. They'll see us out, and then, like I say, we'll switch on to inters, and then hopefully the inters will see us out. I'm trying to figure out what lap that would be. So we're now on lap 25. So was it lap 27 when it really starts to peak? So that's probably what we'll do. Probably wait until lap 27 and then get up into it. Shedden back up into the points. Baumann into 6th. Shedden should catch up with a Van der Linde rather quickly. The rain is starting to come down. But I say we're going to do one more lap on these and then we'll switch to our inters. That's the plan anyway. We just need Baumann to do what he can with this group of people here. Bearing in mind obviously that a lot of these drivers haven't pitted yet, we have pitted. I know we're going to pit anytime soon. For us to get back up into this position is pretty fucking good. We want to pit on this one, don't we? So if we bring in Baumann now, we'll go out, yeah. We'll take an extra lap of fuel, 2 laps of fuel. We'll take a safe, don't want to risk it. And then Shedden will do one more, and then he'll come in, and we'll get him out on inters as well. All of these guys ahead of us, obviously still going to have to pit. I don't know if they're going to pit on this one or the next one. They're going to pit on the next one, so that's good. So that'll slow them down. And then let's get Shedden in, fuel options. Take one more. We'll take a balance for Shedden. So Baumann's come out in 10th, well, 11th, but he has got these inters now. I don't want to do what I did in the last race and overdo the inters. At the same time, I need him to push a little bit harder on him. Let's go conserve, though, especially if this does last out for the rest of the race. Looks like it's going to dip off towards the end of the race, though. So what, around about lap 36, maybe? Alright, so Shedden's going to come out mid-teens area, so 13. That's not bad at all. Baumann should, yeah, I was going to say, Baumann should be able to take like Tom Chick and a few other drivers here because they're on the inters. Let's get into a bit of a harder engine mode. How much is that going to dip off at the end? Because that can make or break this race. If that really dips off and sort of like sharply declines, we can really push these tyres and gain a few positions when we get onto softs. Just trying to figure out what lap, if it dips down enough, what lap it will be. Alright, so Baumann back up into 5th. We've got Glock ahead of us and Rockenfeller ahead of us. They're going to both have to pit, obviously. And they've got the wrong tyres. So, making weird sounds. Really? Really? 47%. Weird sounds. Deal with it, mate. Only 12 laps to go. That's Patricia on our ass here, so let's keep pushing and on high. Shedden up into 6th is very, very tasty. Very, very good indeed. Haase behind him. Yeah, so that's going to dip down. What's that, about lap 38, I want to say. That sort of like starts to really trough down. 4 laps worth on super soft probably would be worth it. I don't know. As things stand, we get up into 6th. It's just whether or not Shedden can hold on to this position. 86%, 90. Let's just push. We're 8 seconds behind Stippler. Obviously, we're battling with Patricia here. Patricia is not pushing at all. Not at all. She is now, though. She is now, though. You see how that suddenly changed from blue and orange to red and orange. Now it's back down to orange and orange. I want to try and get a bit of distance between us and her if possible. Shedden, again, we're going to give him a little bit of welly too, get him moving forward. Just don't want to burn through these tyres too quickly, but at the same time, I kind of want to really push. It's going to stay wet at the end of the race, so we don't want to do too much. We've got 34, 9 laps remaining. So let's start conserving on these tyres a little bit. We're going to carry on. Let's go back up, actually, to get this tyre temperature right down. We're going to carry on pushing the engine hard because we've got all that excess fuel. We've got 5 laps of excess fuel for Shedden, 4 for Baumann. Obviously, we'll try to keep an eye on the engine. 47% and 44%. 9 laps wise should be fine. I'd like Shedden to push soon because if we can get him up into 5th, that would be very, very handy. How are we looking back here? Trishiaka is blue and orange. She'll probably change to red and orange soon. Try, especially here, to try and take us. We're going to go conserve as opposed to back up. Same for you, because I don't want to lose out 3rd. Too late now. how does that put us now? It puts us back down to 8th, but 2 points behind 6th place. And 6 behind Yako. So once this tyre temps come down a little bit, we'll then try to attack again. Same for Shedden here. Just need that tyre temp to come down, then we can probably attack, try to take 5th from Farfus, who would give us 10 points, as opposed to, yeah, so it's an extra 2 points if we can take 5th from Farfus, which would be very, very good for us. Baumann is losing the battle with Patriciaka. Patriciaka's starting to pull away, 1.4 seconds between us now. But that is because we're backing up on these tyres. We need to see them out. How many laps we've got to go? 5. You know what? Let's just go. Let's go. I'm pretty sure we can see out the race on 70% tyres. We just need to do what we can here to get as many points as possible. Shedden hopefully will take Farfus. We've got better tyre wear than all of these other drivers. But that is because, well, we're not burning, well, we weren't. Kind of are burning through these tyres. But, alright, so Shedden's gone up into 5th. That's good news. If he can keep that distance ahead of Farfus, then brilliant. Baumann, I need you to take 3rd, please, from Patriciaka. We are catching up on Stippler in 2nd. It's very, very slow progress. We've just used 11% on these tyres going through that lap. Might have been 12%. 4 laps to go, 48%. Should be fine. Should be fine. You're worried about your engine, 33%, 38%. There's only a handful of laps to go now. 3 laps to go. Once Renault goes across the line, yeah, 3 laps to go. So I'm not too concerned. What was that? Where are we now? 60%. Didn't use that much of percentage actually, did it? Let's say 61% for going across that line. We're up into 3rd now with Baumann, which is good news. Can we close that gap between us and Renault? So let's say 61% on the tyre degradation, or the tyre life. How much has that taken out of us if we do that? I mean, I'm not too concerned. I think we're, yeah, I mean, like 7%. So we're just going to keep attacking on these tyres. Not too concerned about the tyre life. Shedden's not going to get up into 4th because the gap between him and Patriciaka is 15 fucking seconds. But he's now created a big 6-second gap between him and Farfus. I'm going to get him to go neutral because I don't want him to go wide, and I'm also going to get him to go high. I need him to hold on to 5th. Baumann, well, I need to keep pushing Baumann. We're on the final lap and we're not far behind Stippler. If we can get, you know, I mean, where's Stippler? What's Stippler got? 18 points. It's an extra 3 points, an extra 3 points, put us up into 5th. You know, so it's got to be done. We've got to keep attacking. Try to gain that position. We should be able to do it. Go on. Go on. Keep it. Keep it. No, fuck. We haven't done it. And he's gone wide. How did you go wide there? Baumann. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you go so wide? Doesn't matter anyway. We've got a 3rd and a 5th. That's not what I wanted to look at. Okay, we've got a 3rd and a 5th. Renault came first by a long way. Patriciaka is still top of the table, 112 points. But Renault has closed that gap by an extra, 13 points because of that. So Renault's going to be happy. 3rd and 5th for us. It's a very, very good result. Very good result indeed. Especially after the run of dog shit results we've been having this season. Does help that they got a fuck ton of drive-through penalties here. An absolute fucking fuck ton. But yeah, so we got Bowden there, which is nice. That will definitely give us a nice boost. So we go up into 6th. So we're 1 point behind Yako, 12 points behind Callaway. Now, I shouldn't be looking at Callaway, but I want us to hit this target here. But we need to try and do something to get around about here. So when towards the end of the season we start dipping off, which we will, we'll stay in 6th. That's my plan anyway. Susie Perry has returned. Natalie Pinkham's here, so is Erin Andrews. Dream Freezem. I don't know. Not really. Not really. No, I don't know. I mean, Susie Perry and don't know. I don't know what my dream racing would be. Never mind. Anyway, we got a second place there, so Chairman's happiness will just go whoop. Not seeing much driver change, unfortunately. Marketability's gone up a big chunk, so yeah, 40%, 35% increase there in his happiness. Relationship mechanics has gone up. It's gone up a decent amount. We need him to be up there, but we gained money for that race, so you know that's always good news too. That's always good news. Always good news. Let's have a quick look to see what the interview is going to be, and then we'll call an end to the episode. Obviously, don't forget, after this episode, if you look sort of above where my head is now, or maybe even below, there'll be a link to the new Forza 7 playthrough, the introduction, and then shortly after that, we'll have, oh hello, I got unlucky. Jules is an excellent driver. Yeah, Jules, good on. You know how to, yeah. So yeah, so after that, a little while after that, if you're watching this live, like as this has come out, if you've hit this at 6 o'clock and you're watching it now, obviously you'll see the introduction, and then after the introduction's done, it'll be about 15 minutes and episode 1 will be out. If you are kind of watching this later, then you'll have to go and search for it. Anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of today's episode. Obviously, if you have enjoyed today's episode, please go ahead, give us a like on the video, comment. Should I have made Bauman attack that hard? If he wasn't attacking that hard, would he have got second place there? I know it sounds odd, but that little wide run, I don't know. I think it was just RNG more than anything. But yeah. Anyway, guys, that is the end of today's episode. Of course, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you when I see you. Take care. Bye-bye.